Hello again. This is lesson 7 using figure of 8 laparoscopic hemostasis. So I'm using here really longer thread just to show you, because in real life sometimes you have to handle this and learn how to avoid entanglement. So first we go back to the early lessons where we have to know how to handle the needle 90 degrees, stopping the tissue on both sides. So this is the first step. Figure of 8 essentially is the same as in open surgery with a good hemostatic technique. So we deal with the first stab, make sure it's in the right place, taking a good amount of tissue, pulling the suture now, and here you have to learn how to be neat and avoid entanglement, because in real surgery there would be also bleeding somewhere and anxiety as well. So here you go. Now you go back and get your needle, and you have to go to the early lessons to see how to handle the needle in such situation, how to put the hub of the needle in the right place, the tip of the needle using both instruments until you're fully comfortable. Don't do your stab. And then you're getting ready for the second stab. Again, good amount of tissue, solid bite, and here you should be sure not to lock, because if you lock, then that is not figure of 8. So you unlocked, and now essentially you have to pull the suture. Again, always focus and concentrate and know where is your needle side and where is the short side. So you pull on the right side of the suture. Yeah, this is the needle side, and essentially that's a figure of 8 is complete now. And now we're waiting for making the knots, and we have to get used to use the slipping knot. Slipping knot might look difficult, but with practice is easy. So first you have to loop the left instrument, which is the Maryland grasper here. So that's the left instrument. You looped it, you go to the short end and pull it through, and this would be your first knot. Pull it through, take your time, don't entangle the sutures, and don't rush it, yeah, because very important, otherwise the slipping test would fail. Okay, so that's the first knot. You've done it. Now you have to go for the second knot, which is in opposite direction. And how does that happen? By looping the needle holder, or looping the right instrument. That's the needle holder. We looped it front to back to front. Okay, so that's the way it looks. One through always, and then you go and fish for the short end of the suture, and you pull it again, same principle. Here you go, focus on the target and try to avoid entanglement. That's one end, and the other end is the needle end. So always pull on the right end. And here I can show you clearly that we had 2 knots in opposite direction, and that's the basic of a slipping knot. Slipping knots you can tighten up the way you like under full control. So you grasp it like that, the short end, and use the grasper to pull on the knot. To pull, and you have pulled, and then you have to check that you pulled and the knot is pulled and tight. If it is not tighten up, you have to tighten it further. Yes, this is the way until you get the required tension, and that's slipping knot for you with a figure of 8. Thank you.